There was a recent report in an HR magazine. This was a company, actually I think it was a company overseas, but they were in the manufacturing space. They had a lot of skilled trade folks, and they knew their numbers deeply. You could tell that this was a company that was very on top of what it was costing them, and they had a calculation that said that for them to replace one skilled trade professional in their company, they had it down that it was costing them their business in excess of over $60,000
per iteration.
Per iteration. So, and they based that on. So when they lost somebody, this would be more of a retention issue, to be honest, than a turnover issue, because in a turnover, because so many of them happen early, it may not be as much of a skills gap loss, but when you lose an individual from the team, you have additional overtime that you're now paying for the other team members. You have all the cost of recruiting, of onboarding, of training, and then that skills gap cost. So if you lose somebody that has experience and you hire somebody new, you got to replace, but there's still a gap there that causes efficiency loss and those kind of things. So, there's always going to be some percentage of turnover retention that's going to be a reality. We're not going to make the number go to zero. And so that's just not realistic. Yet, even if you're factoring in retirement and all those kinds of things, the baby boomer generation we just talked about in a previous podcast, those are realities. Those are things that are not controllable type of thing. But you need to know your numbers so that you can manage to that reality.